Hey, strong. On the surfboard emergency, ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet, preparing for a long repeat. On the surfboard emergency, ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet, preparing for a long repeat. Strong, pocket for a long repeat, gotta count up and I pin down. Picture going about 100 miles. That road can't miss now. Standing tall, ready, always on go, taking me to pin town. PO said slow down, so I come away and I skip town. 16 was on from the age that's 12 jurors in a mistrial. They seen I was underpaid, said 2 wide, no 10 tile. I mean, like a man, even if your eyes don't dare to. Touchdown like I had a 6 with a shimmy, nigga, that's a problem. Don't be worried about a straw, dude. Use you and I'm a do I. 30 boy got a paint job with a clip coat and the fall guy. The girlfriend needed to the beat, I was fresh meat, no click fire. Hit me with empty Beyonce, put a ring on it at the lunch line. Head coach and I'm on the court. Referee, but I'm shoot 3. Put sweat in it 2 degrees. So my water, I can barely breathe. Kelly Slater with the board flip. Push it up when the chords hit. Violins in the bell tip. Open up, let me splash in, brother. On the surfboard emergency, ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet, preparing for a long repeat. All right, on the surfboard emergency, ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet, preparing for a long repeat. Strike, second round of the fight, something ain't right. I gotta do my work. Blue walking through the air, no night flight. Then what's the people sound? Got one life to live, and I put 15 on all the hit the ground. Run that rabbit past the Usain Bolt. Don't like 2 finger signs so far, I can't be taught. 19 inch crunch time, and I send it home like a walk off. AMG on steroid, get the flex muscle with a nightmare. Coming through was no one, just no, I don't fight fair. Good flight, no flight fair. Hot rounds out of hot barrel. Put the mic in the head, lock until them tap, 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 tap there. Short LCPR. What the hell are you need for? To go to the water, let them up. Time for you a lifeguard. I'm a whole damn lifeguard. Been just with a wrist sharp. Might show me it once hard. Get skatebooks and I count cards. Play my hand for the W. Time talk about who is who. They be on that who is who. I'm on the surfboard. I'm coming through. Strout.
Check 1, check 2. This is your boy, Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella, ready to get the show started. This is Hood Talk. Let them know what subject we talking about tonight and all that other good stuff.
Well, hello everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope you good from the Thanksgiving weekend. Hope everything went well for you guys. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube, Mr. Know-It-All on Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So we here talking.
Everybody gained a couple pounds this weekend. Everybody gained a couple pounds. I mean, I was talking to everybody at the gym. Everybody know it was time to get back in the gym, and
Right.
everybody gained some pounds this weekend. Okay, go ahead. What's up, Miss Wiggins up in his house? What's up, buddy? And what's up, Letitia up in his house?
Tasha, what's up, Tasha?
All right,
Yeah.
come on with it.
Now that the gobble gobble is over, now it's time to talk about this stuff right here.
Yeah.
So, do people around you like to see you doing better? So, are the people around you happy for your success? Or do they like you changing for the good? So, when you're doing something good, are people okay with it? Are you doing good? Are people cheering on your success? What are they saying? What are they doing? Are they really happy? Do they want you to grow? So we're gonna talk about this. Some things people don't want to even just address. Just say, "Oh, maybe I'm assuming." But let's talk about it and see what people be doing. Do you think people are happy for you when you're doing better? your success, anything you succeed in, when you make a change. Just even from Thanksgiving. Oh, I gotta stop eating like that. I gotta stop eating heavy. You people okay with that? I gotta start working out. Are they okay with you trying to get your life together on the health side?
I don't even know because usually most times through the week, only people I talk to is probably the gym people and people I work around. Other than that, I don't hardly see too many people through the week, so I,
Mhm.
I couldn't even know if somebody was hating on me or not. They had to just slap me across the face with it.
Okay.
And
I
we're
get
look, and we're gonna come up with the ways you can see if somebody's hating on the slick side. We're gonna see it on here tonight. We're gonna make sure that you can tell if somebody might be hating on you or not looking out the best for you and all that good stuff.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, that part. All right, let me see this stuff. Come on with it. Read it on out to it.
I'm waiting for you.
It just got at the bottom of the screen. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't rolling at first.
Okay. Well, again, we're talking about, do people around you like to see you doing better? Are the people around you happy for your success? Or do they like you changing for the good? So we're gonna see what we think. When you see these actions from people, what do you think?
Um, I think most people. I think most people like to see you doing good. I think it's. I think it all depends on what type of person you was around them or whatever. I think if you ain't really never just really hated on a lot of people, I don't even even if they wish you bad, you probably wouldn't know
Mm.
it because I don't think if you ain't really did nothing too wrong. I mean, like if you hit the lotto, I'm sure somebody would say, "I wish I would have hit it instead of you." But other than that, I mean, I really ain't got the. Sometimes the hate might come off in a different way. You know what I'm saying? You might get somebody that might holler old boss man or some or they might say it. The hate might come off a little different. It might not come off. It'll come off like you the man. You know how people used to hate going to work, hate the man or whatever. So every time they go and work, they hate their boss, they hate all that. But a lot of people don't make the same moves to get themselves after under a boss man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people love to say they hate their job, but what are they doing to transfer themselves away from that job? Do you hate a job and then you double down on that job and try to stay there 20 years? Or you hate a job and you say, you know what? I need to find something, I kind of like doing, or people I like doing it with, or try to get around people. That's why I'm a big opponent when you get a comfortable place and comfortable people around you that you like working with and this and that. Don't be so eager to run into somewhere else because you never know what the next place hold. You know what I'm saying? You go to another place and you the outsider in there, and everybody might be against you because they thinking you might be coming over here to take a job or something, or if you got ambitions of moving up, the boss person might say, I've been over here 15 years. I run everything. Oh, you come over here trying to tell us how we can do it better and all that. So it can be a lot of ways that people can turn around and start hating on you, and it's not just because they really hate on you. That sometimes people hating on you because they scared of of losing their seniority or their place in the ranking up there. They see you moving up fast or you coming up, and they might say, not over here. I've been running here. I've been doing this for a long time. And then so now you trying to come and take my little old spot over here. And it's territory. Most people here wouldn't want nobody to come in their yard and start barking off orders in your yard, start telling you how to clean up your yard or telling you how to park your car or something.
Right.
So it's the same thing. When you get on a job and people already been there before you, people saying, who is this new pig coming over here trying to stir up stuff, trying to get people don't realize this when you're boss or you in a corporation or whatever. When you go somewhere, people look at you as a threat because say you cut their hours, say you do anything, they looking at it like you trying to take away their livelihood, their way of living. And you wouldn't want nobody to come over and try to take away your livelihood. If you was somewhere and you was making it, you were getting your little hours and all that, then all of a sudden you come over there and you the boss now, all of a sudden you cutting the hours and bringing your people over there and this and that. And that's a threat.
Yeah.
That's a real live threat. And people don't want you in their space like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people got to realize that people are fighting for their livelihood, fighting for their paycheck they used to seeing every week and all that old type of stuff. So sometimes people don't understand what be going on sometimes.
Can agree.
Yeah. What's up, Brian? Read that.
Brian said, "What's good, homie? Mr. Know-It-All. They think you taking their spot. They gonna hate a little bit."
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's like anything. If you it's just like this here. If you leave a state for a promotion and you go to another state or whatever, and you go into a job, don't nobody know you. All they know is you came in because they want to mix some stuff up. Because a lot of times when people, even business, when they got a business and they bring an outsider in because they don't want people too comfortable around them because they don't want you to be able to steal everybody friends and kumbaya. They don't want people friends and stuff. So that's why they just using you as a pawn to bring you in somewhere else because they just don't want people to get too cool with each other. Once you get too cool with each other, that's when they get their theft. That's when they get stuff missing, stuff, people too cool. So that's when they get like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah. So sometimes people just don't understand that what be going on. But I mean, this a business. And it's just like at a store. Imagine a Sam's. You wouldn't want cousins and brothers and sisters in management all the way down and stuff, that people that know each other. Oh, I've been knowing him since grade school, and all that. Nah, you don't want a boss man like Guy Lee. They could be hiding stuff and everybody gonna hell each other. Ain't nobody gonna tell on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'll be true by the time they find out what's going on, they bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of workplaces don't like you hiring your immediate kin, brothers, sisters, and cousins, people that you would turn a blind eye, look the other way if they did something
I'll
wrong.
be more lenient to them.
Right. So that's why, when you start getting in there hiring all your people and this and that, and if they notice this, you know what I'm saying? they're gonna look at it a little different. They might say, we're gonna move you to another place for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Just to see how this place run with a new boss person over there. See, you think they moving you over here just because they thinking about giving you a raise or this. They trying to check behind you. They bringing somebody else to check behind you to see how them numbers look after you leave. You know what I'm saying? How good the numbers is, how down the numbers is after you leave. So they know if they even want you back. And you thinking they fooling you like they giving you, oh, we want you to go over here and train this person, this and that, or we want you to go and help stock this or help work this store in, but really they checking behind you, making sure you was on point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people don't understand that old type of stuff. What's nice is Sam Walter family run Walmart, bro. This is real talk. And I understand. And a family can run it from the top up, but they ain't gonna be in there working together like that unless it's a. But then I'm gonna tell you this: when you think about a family-run business, see if somebody like a pop store or they run it all the way down, if somebody's stealing, it's still in the family, so they'll know if little Russ got a lawnmower up out of there or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a way they do things. You just don't see it because, you know, I remember I used to work for a company, worked for a company for about a year. They used to do stuff like that. Used to do like, they won't hire you, like even at UMC. Say you want some days off, you want to take a couple weeks off. They don't want another person to learn your position. They would come and bring an outsider in to learn your position, do your position while you take your vacation, and then they come back and put you back in your spot because they don't want people to know levels on how this stuff go. So you won't be able to say, okay, if I do it like this here, she won't notice this. She won't notice. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole thing. The reason they don't want people to know certain stuff and don't want you to work in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to it. You know how they say it's level to this
madness.
Yeah. So you'll wonder why they don't really want you to train somebody. Sometimes they bring somebody from another store to take your place for that week or two. And then they while you're on vacation or whatever. And then let you, because they don't want the people in the store to know how the money go, how to go to the bank, how to do this, because that's how people get robbed and all kind of other stuff, because too many people know how the ins and outs ran in a store. You know what I'm saying? All right, come on with it.
But some kin folks will bring a business down, but you have to run it as a business.
Right. And that's the whole reason why you can be in family. I say something like Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. You know, people say ever since he done put all his sons and all that and stuff, all them in the business, it's running okay, but it's not running to the level that they always wanted to run at a very high level. You know what I'm saying? Because people looking at it as being biased. Okay, he ain't gonna fire if the son, the GM, and the other son, the coach. And I mean, if you got too many people, I remember one time he had his son, the quarterback was just about marrying his granddaughter or something. So it's like you had family all the way down in there, and then you like, how can this person get fired? How can this GM be held accountable? How can this other coach, man? All these folks real close. So you can't hold them accountable at a level that'll make the company run better. You feel what I'm saying? Because they ain't really scared to lose their job sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is. The women said we top feeders, bro. They focus on crimes. On crimes, I think.
I don't know about that top feeder stuff. I don't know what that means. That's oh Lord. He said, "Who runs Trump business, bro? Truthfully, well, truthfully and honestly, Trump had to give up his business to be president. He had to step down from his companies for to become president because that was a what you call it
Conflict of interest.
interest. So he let his family run. I mean, it's a family business. I mean, he let his family. I guess I think one of his daughters run one of the business. One of his sons run the business. I mean, they got different businesses. So, um, it's still the top is ran by the family, but all the people under it is people that just been working for them for a long time. If you just listen to Trump, you would hear him talk about how he known this person for 30 years. I've known that I worked with this person. Oh, we've been friends. We've been in business 30, 40 years and all this old type of stuff. So a lot of people, you know, once you get one, it's like anything. I got a couple workers that work for me. And it's like anything. When somebody is used to working for you and they know how you work or whatever, y'all have y'all bad stuff starting off, whatever. But once somebody know how you want stuff done and they know how you gonna act if it's done a certain way or it's not done a certain way, they gonna try to do it, you know, kind of how you like it, and they get used to it. And they know if they can't do it like that, they'll just rather just quit and get another job than to just come and start BSing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that since you talking about Trump is a shrewd businessman. Everybody know he a businessman. He like to handle business. He don't like stuff to take all day. You know, he built that skating rink in New York in about a week's time when people took a year playing with it, never was named. It's a lot of stuff that he took over that he went through it, just like that house too. You know, he broke down the house. You ain't seen nothing but them first couple of pictures because he already had it back put up. He was already touring it a week later, showing the NBC and ABC the inside of what he done did is already rebuilt. It ain't nothing that people can just speak about for weeks and months at a time because he got it done in a week's time. You know what I'm saying? Got everything finished. You know what I'm saying? From knocking it down to getting it put back together a week. You know, just he did it just like they put up stores in our neighborhood. We look, we blink, we see dirt, and next thing you know, we like, whoa, there go the sign up there. And they did it just like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people supposed to get stuff done. If you run it like a true business, that's how you get stuff done. You get stuff done quick and what's not, especially when you got the money to do it and knock it out and keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? You don't spend 20 million to take 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. He said his son and his son-in-law, not true, my brother. It emulates Claus. How he received a jet from
Can you tell Ruben what's the subject for tonight? because I'm not
Well,
feeling
you open that door to even start
not,
discussing that. So that's what
I'm,
I'm saying.
I did not.
You
He
can't
said
you
something
he said something about it that you the question. You knew it was gonna lead to something else, but that's
well,
not what we're here to talk about.
yeah.
We want to talk about do people around you like to see you doing better? Are people around you happy for your success? Do they like you for changing for the good?
That part. That part, Ruben. Let's get on. What's the next one? Come on with it.
So some way you can see positive signs, including open body language. People can tell you how they feel with how they react around you with their body language.
And I think me myself, I think over the years I have been very good at picking up signs of body language. Uh, Body language can tell me when somebody looking at me and they doing something wrong and they don't want to tell me. Body language could let me know something ain't right. Uh, uh, keep on trying to figure out something. Body language. Sometimes people don't realize the body language they giving off because they not looking at themselves or they not understanding how they moving or how they doing. Because I remember somebody telling me one time that just how I grunt and how I might make certain sounds, whatever, they can understand if I might be telling the truth or something, what's name. But then at the same time, that can be done the same way against anybody else. Like sometimes it's like people can see your signs of body language and how you moving, but then they don't understand their body sign language on how they moving. That makes people, point and really understand something ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's like in anybody you be around on a consistent basis. You can kind of pick up on their mood when they walk in, if they're feeling a certain type of way, something's not right. Or
Right.
if they don't even tell you, my partner is not doing well, something's going on. What is it? And
Right.
a lot of times people don't want to talk about things, but you can pick up on those type of things for somebody that you really know.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you how good I am. Somebody can get on the phone with me within seconds. Just how they sound, how they talking. I can tell if they all right or if they not all right. You can tell. See, it's not body language all the time. It's how you sound. It's how you talking. It's just like when somebody get on the phone and they like, and then they acting like they half sleep. Sometimes you can tell if somebody half sleep or they playing like they sleep, or you know what I'm saying, or they just trying to, how you say, rush off the phone or whatever. You can pick up on so many things by just being conscious of what's going on.
Right. And that's one thing you have to do. You have to pay attention, be an observer. And I think I have that little instinct a little naturally.
Yeah.
He said, bro, eyes and body language, Leo peep gang. Remember, Barack is a Leo. Okay.
Mhm.
Hey, Dee.
I ain't never been around Barack though. Okay. What's up, Diddy up in his ass? Real talk, Ruben. Real talk. Yeah, but like I say, it's a lot of things you can pick up on, and I'm with this. I'm with the I'm with the I'm gonna tell you another thing. Just staying on that subject just a split most second longer. Being out in the streets, being in Jackson, being around a lot of people, you can tell if something finna go down. You know, like you get like you in a store, you can tell if somebody about to get to argue.
Attention, you can feel
Or
it.
you can tell if some people might call it paranoid, but sometimes me being a security guard for so long, you know, I used to have to smell out trouble before it happened. So sometimes just sitting around watching everything that's going on and watching how people acting, watching how people drinking, how they bumping into people, whatever they doing, you can tell, okay, I got to do something different to make this last longer. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Yeah.
you have to step in. I remember sometimes dudes that came to the club and they got so drunk that I actually had to give them their money back and let them go home just to make sure I calm things where it wouldn't get hyped up to them. Because one thing about it, if somebody pay their money, they feel a certain kind of way if they get put out. But if you give them their money back and tell them, hey, man, holler us tomorrow night, man. You done got a little right, this and that, you know, get their boys, man, take your boy home, man, you know, appreciate y'all and this and that. And they'll take it a little better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you always got to understand. That's why I tell people all the time, don't try to treat everybody the same. You never know
Everybody isn't.
what
Mm-hmm.
people are going through from a day to day. You don't know if they lost a loved one, or they grieving, or they sick, or they just got told they got cancer. I mean, you don't know what nobody going through. So try to treat people with a level of respect that you would want if somebody didn't really
Treat
know
you.
what's
Mm-hmm.
going on in your head or in your mind. And that's what I understand a lot of people don't do sometimes is try to be respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that's why uh I don't never you never try to put yourself so above anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you try to carry yourself with a level of you know respect and stuff you want, but you don't never want to try to put yourself above other people because you can be up one day and you can be down the next, and it can happen just like that. You know, I thought about that. Shots out to my boy uh, that run Patriots. You know, I seen him within 2 years, and I was around him, you know, a lot at his liquor store, sitting in there with him while he playing the game. I was helping him sell liquor. And I remember he was at helping to do with the comedy show. I mean, the comedy place around the corner. He helping what's name get on it on, and and um and he was still trying to run his club, you know, and all this stuff, and run a restaurant, and he opened uh what was Twilight around there, trying to run another club and his club and the liquor store and the food place, and he messed around and got so stressed, and he messed around even though he was kind of happy on what he was doing and trying to accomplish some things. He messed around and had a stroke, and it changed his life. And he's still bouncing back, you know, lifting weights every day, trying to get his body back straight and all this old type of stuff. And I said to myself, you really got to humble yourself in life because you never know the type of stuff that you will go through. So don't point fingers, don't look down on nobody because let me tell you, you can be in their shoes tomorrow, fighting for your life,
Just
uh,
like that.
all kind of stuff. I've seen a couple of people go in the last 3, 4, 5 years that I seen when they was up and they was vibrant. I seen people that came around, was giving people jobs, was helping the community out. I seen all kind of good people that was up, and in a blink of an eye, it changed their life.
Just like that.
You know, uh, sometimes not eating right, sometimes eating right, sometimes exercise, sometimes not exercise. You never know. You might get in a car accident. You might have, you might eat the wrong thing. You might drink the wrong. Anything can happen to you that can change your life in a split second. So you always be humble and try not to look down on people because they don't have as much as you, because you can lose it all in just seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, shouts out to my boy Starsky Red. He been in jail 25 years now. You know what I'm saying? And I always thought he would always be around when, 25 years ago, I didn't think that he would be locked up. You know what I'm saying? And you never know what might happen to people. So you have to be humble and you have to understand that this life ain't promised to nobody. And you
Nobody.
never know what your life will end up being. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy. You know, I was thinking about, my partner Slim Slugger, young, had a baby, young children, um, was turning himself around, wasn't around people, didn't hang around people, wasn't, didn't get in no trouble. You know what I'm saying? Then your own people that don't never know. Some people think just because you don't mess with a lot of people that your life ain't in danger. Sometimes the people around you hate you more than the people that you never see. The people that you think that's after you, it'll be the main ones that ain't gonna never put their hands on you. Sometimes we look around and we be looking at, we be like, oh, our enemies and this and that. If you look up, most of your enemies ain't never did nothing to you. It's always a person somebody close to you that end up hurting you. People got to understand that. And I done been around, I done seen it too many times that the closest people around you be the ones that hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And it just simple as that. All right, come on, let's walk this comment down a little bit.
You've been around yourself if you're Leo. That what make us Leo.
What's up, Chris? Up in his house, up in his thing, man. Nice seeing you. And then,
Facts.
yeah, he sent some stars. Appreciate the stars, man. Dee said, I know you're right. I try. Okay, come on with it.
River said, we're all going through the same, bro. It's how we interpret the game. I love Patrick's, but they had one problem, one way in and one way out.
Now, you know what? I have to agree with you with that because after he closed in that back door, if something jumped off in there, couldn't nobody get it. You right. But one thing I can say about Patrick, he kept top-notch security. He always had enough security there that most people wasn't coming up in there with all that. Everything that actually happened at Patrick's happened on the outside, in the front or something like that. It didn't just linger like that. Chris said facts. All right, come on with that.
Didi said, I was living life, had a surgery to amputate my foot and leg. I coded on the table. I'm still here trying to get this second chance at life together. Hello, to God be the glory. I wish you well on that.
That's what's up.
Look, that was just a piece of you. It didn't take all of you. Thank God for that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we had to be so grateful, stuff like that, because anything can take us out. I mean, and how I learned that, I was sitting up there. You know how you get out here and you be feeling like you invincible and stuff like that. And man, I was watching this show called A Thousand Ways to Die. And I
I
looked at that
said
thing
that.
and
I was like, wow.
I seen how many ways people were dying. I was like, oh my God. Man, that thing there had my whole head just like, wow. I didn't even want to do things no more. Like you be wanting to do a lot of stuff. I was like, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. They be like, man, you want to go out and do that? Man, I'm good, man.
Right.
I done seen people die. Liquor, mixing the wrong liquor, alcohol poison, worms, swimming in the pond, uh,
Mm-hmm.
a limb falling out of a tree, a nail on the ground, tripping and falling on a nail, falling on, sharp objects, bricks, what's name? I mean, it's so many ways to die. It is only one way to live.
I know, right? I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? And boy, it's something else. All right.
Say, bro, peep game. Chris said, "What's up, y'all? My favorite podcasters.
Man,
That's what's
appreciate
up.
it, man. Appreciate it.
Good talk.
Appreciate
Thank you, sir.
it. And she said, thank you, beautiful.
You're so welcome. I'm glad you're doing good and better coming on this way.
Yeah. Okay, let me slang another topic down.
Like it.
Come on with it.
So, one other way, they're making future plans and initiating contact. Like conversely, signs of discomfort or disinterest can include avoiding eye contact. You have to watch things like that when you talk to somebody that can't really look at you.
Right.
You know,
And
they
you
they
be
making plans without you. They
yeah.
do things without you. Oh, you already know. They make straight
And
decisions.
watch this. And you think sometimes you thinking people is shy. They ain't looking you in the eye. They just don't want to fuck with you.
They don't like you for
It's
real.
like it's like a dude trying to force himself on a woman and she don't never look him in the eye. She ain't never really just into him, and she just looking off. She all out the window and all that. Man, you just got to understand.
But
She
you
might,
riding in the car together
might
and her head is out the window,
right.
just like the
She
tree.
she she turned sideways toward the window, texting, and I mean, you got to understand, she might just not be into you like that, and sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes to feel like somebody not into you, but sometimes it's just like that. I mean, and a lot of people just got to understand that.
I agree.
Come on with it.
They're smiling, making eye contact, and turning their body toward you, leaning in when you speak, and mirroring your gestures. Do people
That's,
do that anymore? This is the
no,
thing,
that's
now.
that's that's when somebody like you.
That's what
Uh,
I'm saying.
uh-huh.
That's what I'm saying. You don't catch that a lot. Just say, for instance, I've gone to a place and, I often go places alone, but I've gone to a place and I was having dinner, and around me, I'm by myself. Everybody around me with somebody else, and everybody around me were in their phones. They weren't having conversation or anything.
And I just think that's culture too. I think that's culture because I think the people, and I'm gonna tell you this, I think the people that we sometimes we really want to hang out with sometimes ain't with us, and sometimes it's like you want to show them that you having a good time even though they ain't there. And That's what make people get on live and all that. Because the real people they really want to show that what they doing ain't there with them. And I think that's why a lot of people, that's why places like, I'm gonna throw them out there, VFW,
They
still,
say no phones and cameras
they
inside
still
there.
have a nice crowd and all that because they able to go in a club, feel
Have a
comfortable
good time.
without, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you this. I was in VFW one time and I caught myself finna look at my text message or Facebook for a second. And I looked down, boom, for a second. And then I looked up, you know how you always look up and peep around? I ain't see nobody else in their phone. I hurry up and put my phone to the side. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because when nobody else is doing it, and it's hard for you to just do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you in the classroom and everybody's looking at the teacher and you pull out your phone to do something, everybody gonna notice that you're doing something different. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that's the best thing they could have ever did. You know, people know how to go outside and smoke. People, everything that they doing on their own. But when they come in that club, they just came in there to dance, to mingle with the people at the table and all that old stuff. People are actually talking to each other. Everybody, ha, 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 he, 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 he. And I think more clubs need to adopt that pattern. And I think clubs would probably be more funner if people pulled up phones back at the club, because I really can't sit up here and say that I feel like ladies or whoever are having a good time when you sitting up here propping up your phone in a chair or something, trying to go live and dancing for people at home. You know what I'm saying? Not dancing with nobody in the club, but you dancing for somebody who ain't even there, and you up there looking, trying to see who gonna come in and all that old type of stuff. And I just think that's just not the life that you just want to live. That you at some place. That's just like going on a trip, going to Mexico, and just walking through the whole trip. Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. And you know what I'm saying? Like you by yourself or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you go on a trip with everybody else, you should be having fun. You take your pictures, you can take your videos, whatever. But it's for when you come back. It ain't for while you're still there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
If you having real fun, you ain't got time to do a lot of. If you do a live, it's for 2 minutes and it's over. I done seen people in the club live for 15, 20, 30 minutes straight. What? What is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, to me, you almost slick hating. You almost slick hating because you're trying to show everybody this in the club or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, it, it's like it's like a rule that used to then go on, that's going on constantly now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you go to a club and people in there, and like you used to have old men over there in the corner hollering at the young girls or whatever they doing, or the young girls hollering at the old man trying to get some of their bill paid or whatever. Now you got some joke pop up in the what's name live. Everybody, oh, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody trying to move away from the camera and all that, but it's like, why should you come in there and mess up a whole thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not because you having fun. You just trying to exploit some, have people going live, just want to show who in there or who on the background, because what's the whole purpose? Like when I see people and they in the club going live, and then they mad because somebody walking around them or anything.
Right.
Get out my camera. I mean, people do this stuff in the gym too. They be in the gym and they go live and they go this and that and videotaping their stuff. But one thing good about some of them, they just trying to get themselves in a little shot, this and that. But I just hate when you see people getting all these shots and then anybody that's in their shot, then they getting on the website. Look at this creep behind me looking at me and all. It's just unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff unnecessary. You always got people in your. If you're gonna take photos, I mean that's the whole place. You don't go to London and take photos and think ain't no people gonna be in the photo but you. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but we all got to do a little better. Come on with it.
Gotcha. Look, saying we Leo, we always stand on truth. Prime time, Leo. Leos are different and they can't stand how we move because we be undisputed, meaning 100. Okay. So you said Leos are 100. Okay, I can't knock you on that one.
Okay. I just put another one down.
Okay, so they initiate contact with you, even for no specific reason. People reach out to you. What's up? How you doing? Things good? Can I help you anything?
Right.
Are you around your significant other? Touch, feel, whatever.
And you know what? I think that has bonded me with a lot of friends that I know. You know how like if you don't call people like you used to or whatever, and people just reach out to you. Even when some of my partners just reach out to me in the inbox and just say, "What's up?" whatever. I mean, that love there. You know what I'm saying? When people are able to talk like men and this and that, just like me and Ruben have a lot of different opinions, but we can still get on the phone, talk to each other, whatever, and have a good conversation. And I think usually my conversations on the phone go good with most of my partners. Most of my conversations that might go a little sideways probably be like texts or something, because you can't always get the full context of what somebody's trying to say through a text. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes somebody texting too fast, somebody texting too slow, and the stuff get mixed up on what you responding to and all that old type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Said fake always. Real can't stand fake. Okay.
He said, fake always. What the fuck with real? Can't stand real, can't stand fake. Yeah, I think I'm gonna tell you just like this here. Um, I don't even consider it fake no more. I think the part I done got to in the age of my life is I just understand how people move. Everybody move a little different. You know what I'm saying? So once I realize how you move, they're just you. I don't call it fake. Sometimes I just call it, bro, act like that. You know what I'm saying? Or this person act like that. I don't try to make somebody act like me. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm an individual and I'm different than anybody. So I don't try to make people act like me. I think the reason a lot of people get in trouble are trying to make people act like them. I think everybody can have their opinion and this and that. But I just think a lot of people talk about real, but a lot of people don't want to look down really into facts and really you know, I think these days we get too much caught up into what all the sheep doing. Don't nobody want to move different than everybody else. Everybody's sheep want to run a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And I just think about how the cattle and how the sharecroppers and all that got sheepdogs that it go out and move all the sheep the same way, and that's just how America is. We make y'all think that the media and everybody can make you think a certain kind of way about somebody. They can make you love them or they can make you hate them. It's on the media. They gonna dictate how America think about anybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't none of us have our own personal opinions where we go and we think about and go down and try to. I remember thinking about, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, even P. Diddy, and a lot of things that didn't happen over the years, and how people love and hate everybody. Fred G. Sanford from on down. I remember when Steve Harvey was liked. I remember when he was hated. I remember when he was, and it's like a mixture. You ain't gonna never have a lot of people hate you. The same amount of, in this new world, the same amount of people that like you, you're gonna have the same amount of people that hate you. And you just can't stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people like sheep. They can be corralled. A couple of people can tell them how to think. And this whole people over here, I sometimes I watch 90.1 and I watch a lot of things, and I'm like, 90.1 is really one of the only oldest and owned black stations around here. And I remember it was owned by Charles Everett, a Republican, his whole life until he died. And all I see getting on his station there is Democrats trashing Republicans, the same man that built the station and built everything about the station for their whole life. And everybody nobody's trying to meet nobody down the middle, try to look on this side, look on that side. Everybody just bashing one party. And I wonder if he was to come back for a week, how would he feel just looking at people, how they done trashed his station and then made it a full Republican bashing station all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who get on the station nowadays are sometimes trying to bash somebody. It's just nobody's trying to come together to make some happen. And I just think sometimes we got to sit down. I was listening to the show on there, Make It Make Sense or something, and I seen even David Archie. He made a lot of sense today about it's a lot of stuff going on, politics, that a lot of people don't like. And they don't like when, real people from the street version kind of stand up and kind of say, what's going on with this money? What's going on with so much money being funded through Jackson and ain't nothing really happening good? We can't even keep the Metro Center grass controlled, the million streets on Highway 80. When they was redoing Mega Evers, even the plants. I mean, as soon as they put out the plants and they did all that, had the center thing looking good and everything, it lasted a year. You know what I'm saying? The next year, didn't nobody go out there and trim the bushes, cut the weeds, spray, all this stuff that they supposed to do up and down these curves to maintain the streets. Ain't none of this stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I sit up there and say, what's going on? What's going on with all this money that's being thrown out there, but not being used in a good way around Jackson, Mississippi? You know what I'm saying? And everybody pointing fingers. This person here was doing this. This person, listen. I hear a lot of people was talking about, Chuck Wade was talking about how he was getting stuff done and saying the new mayor is taking, things about stuff. The old mayor ain't out because he couldn't get some stuff done. He out because he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Ain't nobody want to say the real reason he out. That is the reason he had a challenger like that, because he got his hand caught in the cookie jar. We got to stop making excuses for everybody and let people hold accountable. He didn't lose the race. He didn't get slaughtered because he wasn't doing a good job on certain areas. He got slaughtered because he had his hand in the cookie jar and they had it on tape, and the FBI is putting him in court, and he still ain't with the court for it yet. And we overlooking all that. And it's not about doing a good job or what he was trying to do or whatever. It's about when you get caught up messing with the money. It's a lot of people messing with Jackson money, not doing it, taking care of certain people, not taking care of Jackson. And we pay too much money. We pay too much tax. We pay more taxes than Madison and all these other cities that's got major stuff going on in their city. We pay too much money in taxes and all this kind of stuff for our city to look this bad. And everybody is running up out of this city because it seems like don't nobody care. We got abandoned houses on every corner in Jackson. You know what I'm saying? We got abandoned stores on every corner in Jackson. And the people that got money to rehab some of these things, they won't give them these buildings. They want to sell it. They want to break the bank on the people that's trying to make a change. But then the people that ain't trying to do nothing, they got people just staying in the houses, just tearing them up, looters and squatters and all that. The police can ride by, see ain't no light meter on the house or nothing, and sit there and don't do no investigation. Don't try to see is this the right person that own the house, stay here. None of this stuff, and it's lawlessness. You know what I'm saying? People ain't doing their job. And it starts from the top and it goes all the way to the bottom, because you got to have accountability all the way. And I applaud the last top cop for return or whatever, because it's a hard job, and it's a job that if you ain't ready for, you don't need to be in it. If you can't really tell nobody what to do, or you can't kick boots around. And I just think we got a lot of cops. We got a lot of people that's emotional and not the old kind of cops that I grew up, some kick-ass cops and cops that wasn't scared to pull you over by themselves. Now you need 18 carloads of cops to pull one car over. You know what I'm saying? Because they scared of the people they pulling over. And it used to be people were scared of cops. Now the cops are scared of the people they pulling over. That's because they don't pull over them enough. And they don't have enough people that's willing to do the job, because they scared if they do something to somebody, they the one gonna get sued or anything else. Anything you say, even if you playing, you gotta record on your chest, tape and everything. Is it good for them? It might be good for us, but is it good for you? If somebody had a camera on you all day while you were working, imagine you at work. You feel me?
Yeah.
And your job had a camera that you had to keep on while you was in front of your computer or whatever you do,
Right.
and they want that camera to stay on you all day. Yeah, you'll be mad because little stuff that you would normally be able to do, talk to somebody on the phone, run your mouth, do this, do that. Oh no, you don't know what you do, because you don't know what's gonna set out that camera. It don't light up or nothing where you'll know. They'll just be listening in on whatever you talking about, and have it recorded for the world to know, and then they release they can release your stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people don't even realize this part. This place is different, and it's so different that it's made to help. It's made to help everybody, but it's also hurting everybody because social media then made it where can't nobody deal without a phone. I watch garbage men can't slang garbage because they checking their phone and what's name. You got police officers they in their phone. I'm talking about you got people just riding around. I mean doing anything, driving. I mean driving anything. Anytime somebody call, because everybody's so accessible to everybody that everybody got an earphone in their ear. Everybody want to FaceTime. Everybody want to check on everybody and all kind of stuff. And it's ridiculous. And sometimes some of this stuff good, but a lot of this stuff is taking us back in time where, nobody have a level of privacy, a level of woo-sadness that you can sit and I just realize sometimes that when I'm alone sometimes and I realize don't nobody know where I'm at. I'm chilling. And nobody FaceTime me. Nobody was now. I'm sitting back watching a movie or chilling. And just how that feels. You know what I'm saying? That feeling of being free, where ain't nobody just really just trying to make sure, calling you, where you at? Can't stand the first thing somebody not know how you doing. This where you at? Where you? I done had to straighten even my mother on stuff like that. Just just calling you and just just trying to figure out where you at. Sometimes people just want a level of peace. Sometimes, and I was listening to a lady the other day, but I had to straighten something out. She was sitting there like I was listening to it and I was feeling that peace that she was saying, oh yeah, I leave my phone at the house and all that. And then one of my kinfolk, we was up Thanksgiving, and she leave her phone at her house and all this old type of stuff. And sometimes she ride out and she just chill and this and I said, well, what if your car catch a flat? See, it's all right to have your phone, and even if you want to turn your phone off for a minute, but it's not all right to not have your phone and not able to turn your phone on and call a ride if your car get on flat or anything happen to you. How you gonna? Because she was like, "Oh, I got AAA. How you gonna call AAA if you left your phone down?" Like, what I'm saying? So you got to wake people up because sometimes we think so much that we forget simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little shots out on that death. But let me get back into some of this stuff.
Real talk. We must stay isolated. The only way the devil get in your house is if you invite it in. Make me think about that movie Sinners. Is it Sinners? So you have to invite them in.
God damn, did I do that right? Yeah, I did. Not bad. Okay. Let me get back down on that. All right, come on with it.
If you think in America fast or slow, which are you? It's okay. Charles Evers, they were brothers, but different thinking, but they always were brothers. Jackson is a work in progress. We need hood talk to change the narrative.
Yeah. Hold on now. He said Charles Evers, Maggie Evers' brother. They
are brothers.
But different thinking.
But they always were brothers.
Okay, well, I believe everybody got different thinking, but I think we might be pushing it a little fast, little, little, little fast, too fast, if we feel like we know how they thought when they was talking together, or they might,
I don't.
you know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes, because we didn't hear from one party, sometimes when you ain't heard from both parties, it's kind of hard to say they didn't think alike. You know what I'm saying?
You kind of knew what Medgar Evers stood for from what you read, right? But we didn't hear from Charles Evers until our latter years about his way of thinking. So, we don't know if they thought the same, but his narrative of how he did things in the city, were seeming to be one way.
I,
So maybe that's how he said.
okay, and I think what he not thinking about is back then, Republicans was the ones that was opening doors for blacks. The first Republicans that was in any kind of office was black Republicans that got elected in a lot of states. So it wasn't no black Democrats that was elected at first. We don't realize, hell, it was probably damn near after Clinton before you seen black Democrats getting elected as mayor. I don't know when the mayor of Washington D.C. and all this stuff was named, and I don't know how good that experiment came out since he was a crackhead. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of um, people that helped us pass a lot of things and get a lot of things pushed through was Republicans. Sometimes we forget this because we sometimes forget about history. We don't go back and we realize who fought these dirty South people down here to free us from slavery down here. Lincoln and all them came from up there, and they was trying to free the slaves down here. Remember, up north was trying to free the people down here, down south, which all them was the Democrats down here. If people don't realize how that was back in the day, you know. So sometimes we don't look super into the history on who actually helped us, who actually had us, wearing suits and all this kind of stuff, trying to be businessmen and all this old type of stuff coming up. Because a lot of people feel like a lot of people didn't have money back then, but a lot of people did that went off to the north and went off in New York, and a lot of the first millionaire lady, the one that invented the perm and stuff like that. See, we don't even realize how many women and other businesses had money back then, because when we look at these movies and we look at how the women had these nice, all these nice suits and get ups and going to the club and shaking a bump and everybody having fun. Or we forget when we look back and we looked at how skinny everybody was on the Soul Train line and all that stuff back in the day, how people was partying and everybody had their hair and all that, and they wasn't mad at their hair. They loved their hair. They let their fro out. They didn't have fake this and fake that and then say I want a real man. All that old type of stuff.
Whatever. I like it. I like it. Whatever.
Come on with it.
He said, "This is real talk. Real talk." He said, "But God was watching, and Jody, the councilman, and the mayor is going to get their lick."
Jody. Oh, Jody. Oh.
Jody, the councilman.
I don't like to get into that. I mean, that name calling too tough. Come on with it. What he said, right?
Charles was quiet when Medgar was living, and Mississippi was Democratic when Medgar was killed. Check the facts.
Right. Right, because Democrats was the ones that were doing the killing back then.
But listen, that's what he's saying about their thought patterns were different because Charles Evers, he was not Democrat.
You said
Because Charles Evers, the brother, he wasn't Democratic.
You talking about the one that died?
Yeah. Both of them did.
No, I'm talking about that died first. Medgar Evers was the one
that died
first.
He's
right?
Democratic. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Charles is the one that died in recent years that has the station over there off Pecan Park or something like that off of Robinson.
Yeah.
He's the station. But you know the first Republican.
Think about this here. All the folks that got killed was down here in the dirty South. When you think about it, when Martin Luther King got killed and everybody was scared when they was down this way. The house getting bombed and all that. All this stuff happened in the dirty South. The kids that got bombed in Alabama. I mean, all this stuff was happening Democratic. The mayor was Democrat, all of them was Democratic coming up. They changed Republican as, you know, in the Reagan and Bush era when we was coming up, but it was Democrats before then. Come on with it.
So they make an effort to include you in future plans. Isn't that something?
Yeah, they look at you in their future. So a lot of people, when people be talking about, hey, what we doing next year, next April, that might be a good friend because they actually is planning stuff with you the next year because they not planning on going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a lot of people that be talking about, man, I might be moving next year. I don't know. You got a lot of people that be claiming this and that. They like, I don't even know if I'm be in Mississippi next year. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. And you be like, what you moving for? I just need a new center. That mean they really don't fuck with y'all like that. Yeah. And people just don't understand it like that. A lot of people just really don't mess with you like that. Come on with what he said.
He said Medgar was the field secretary for the NAACP. Mississippi was the worst state, bro.
Yeah. Mississippi, Alabama. I mean, shoot, even Texas, you'll come up missing. What's that lady name that came up missing, got pulled over and died in the jail?
The unalive lady, was it Brown or something like that?
Clara. Oh, golly, I can't think of her name. I bet you LaRuben know the woman that got missing in action. Got pulled. Sandra Bland. Was it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. My mind don't roll too far down the street.
I was thinking, it's Sandra Bland.
Sandra Bland. There you go. Yeah. So, yeah. So sometimes, people got to understand. All right, come on with it. We're gonna run through this thing.
So they make an effort to connect with your friends and family.
Yeah. And that's what you I think with that being said, I think you try to connect with the real friends and family. Sometimes all friends ain't friends and all family ain't friends. So I think sometimes a smart person can dilly-dally and they know which ones they want to connect with, which ones they know that really ain't no good on a certain level. And I think everybody can kind of, you know, think about that type of stuff. Come on with it.
They make an effort to converse with you and show genuine interest in your well being.
Oh, break that down. Don't say it was just like it said. No, just go ahead,
They
break it
make
down.
an effort to have a conversation with you, you know,
Yeah,
and to show that they're interested in what you're saying or vice versa, you know.
yeah,
People are really concerned about, hey, how you doing? Like really, like are you okay? Do you need anything? You know, this is the thing I don't like. When people call and they say, do you need anything? If you know that something's going on with me, just do something nice for somebody, you know? Cook them a meal.
I'm a,
Do something nice. Do something kind for somebody.
I'm gonna tell you this. I can feel the way you saying, but I think when we do this, we forget that so many people raised different and have different mindsets on how to deal with problems and how to show. See, I was raised around blunt people. Like my mom and daddy was very blunt, and if they wanted something, they'll just tell you. You know, my daddy, we was up there, at the Thanksgiving thing, and I was sitting there, and my daddy just said, "Hey, give me $20." You know what I'm saying? And I just said, "Here you go." You know what I'm saying? Like he posed to. You know what I'm saying? And then he got change, and then he wanted some ones, and he was gonna go, play some cards and stuff with the money. And so it wasn't the fact that he needed it at the time. He just wanted it because he wanted to, he had no cash on him, you know what I'm saying? And he wanted to play with the family, whatever, whatever. So so when you used to people that when they uh I put it away, sometimes you get around people and people will tell you exactly what they want. Then you get around another circumstance of people and they want you to figure out what they want or to read their mind. And that's the hardest way to live by a certain amount of rules all your life that people was just directly telling you what's up to somebody that's trying to throw you hints what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's a whole different thing. So, and I see that a lot, like, and I even see that you know, on ladies' posts. You know, ladies will post and they'll be like, if you see I'm in trouble or I need some help, you ought to just help me. And you ought to know I need help and this and that. Okay. But these are same women that'll say, we are just like men. We can do everything men. Men don't go around asking for help. Men make sure they can help themselves at certain points of time. You know what I'm saying? So if a man moving a certain way and then a woman trying to move like a man, you can't make a man try to think like a woman and want you to start moving like a woman and want a man to think like, oh, she need help. Oh, I'm supposed to know she need help, even though she don't want to tell me she need help, but she want me to know that she might need help. Like our brothers, when partners out here, and if my partner needs something, he gonna say, I got a partner. He'll ask me for $600. Like it ain't nothing. He'll say, hey man, I ain't went to the bank or this and that. Man, you got $600 or you got $600, you can, get me right quick. I got you later on this evening or in the morning. Just simple stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And you say, okay, boom, because I know he good for it. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. and he know I'm good for it. And I got partners that do work for me on $400 right now, probably on $600 by tomorrow. But what I'm saying is, when you move a certain way, you know how to move with certain people. You feel what I'm saying? And they direct, and they tell you, "Hey man, you need to give me this. Hey man, you owe me this." And it's just how they move. But then you got a whole nother person of society want you to guess and want you to know what they want, what they need, all that. You feel what I'm saying? You cannot come out here in this world thinking you can move and act like men, but then you still acting like you's a little child, like we supposed to guess and know, oh, you know what? You do need some diapers. Man, I,
I mean, I can understand things like that.
you feel what I'm saying?
I can understand things like that, but
Yeah.
just say for instance, just like doing this season, people often be gentle in their giving, right? So you go and you try and supply a meal, like for the less fortunate.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you see people that really doesn't just have it. Then it's nothing wrong with being a blessing to someone. So I'm just thinking in that sense.
Yeah.
Like
But
you genuinely are concerned
yeah. But
that you
see,
don't have to do what you do and then post it on social media that this is what I did.
right, right,
I'm
right.
just speaking in that term.
Yeah, but when I'm thinking when I say have it, I can see a lady out here that got her hair done, nails done, toes done, all this.
No food
And
for their kid.
she be talking about, oh, you can see a bitch card note need to be paid. Huh? How can I see that? There's your car note. That go to your mailbox. They don't come to my mailbox.
But
How
that's
can I
just
see
another way
this?
of soliciting. They probably want
Right.
equal exchange. I give you some of
But
this,
you
you give me
But
some of
you
that.
understand what I'm saying, though.
But you
That's how
understand what I'm
people are
saying when you
coming
get in that
off. Like
situation.
when they trying to make you feel like you supposed to know what they need. You see a bitch hair. Look at this. I got the same hairdo as last week. You know what I'm saying? like, dude, I don't know what's going on. It's just like this here. I put it away. Just like I was in a car accident and everything. And a lot of my people still to this day didn't know I was in a car accident. I told somebody the day I was in a car accident. They were like, "You was in a car accident?" I was like, "Yeah, that was in September." You know what I'm saying? And they were like, "Man, I didn't even know." And because I didn't go around here crying, talking about I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that from everybody. I took it on the chin like men do. And if women want to move in this equal type of world, they trying to say we don't need help and we all strong and independent. That's how men move. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to tell the world what I'm going through. I don't have to get on the Facebook and rant and tell every problem I got to the
Yep.
world every day. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So if you really want to move like men, you got to really learn how to humble yourself and move in silence sometimes, and sometimes not telling everybody your business
Mm-hmm.
and make a bounce back before everybody know you bounced off. People know when you're off, know when you're on, knowing when you're doing bad, knowing when you're doing good. Because soon as you're doing good, bitch, look at me. I get out in the tax money, bitch. Look at this. I get 8,000 in child support a month. You know what I'm saying? And all this old type of stuff. They'll tell all that good, and then they were like, see, bitch, yeah, you know I got all these kids over here, and a mother can't help me pay a bill. Uh-huh. But which one is it? Which one is it? Is you balling or do you need help? Which one is it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. We don't know as men. Men move a certain way that we don't know what's the problem right here. You know what I'm saying? All right, come on. Let me catch. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. The guy got way. Is this right? Let me see. Let me go there.
No,
Is that
no, this right here.
all right? Come on.
Ms. Mim said, people around me have their opinions, views, and beliefs, but they know that I would do whatever to help in situations. But me, I try to live so they will either follow my path or will take patterns after them. We don't know their intentions, but we're hoping that one of us will plant a seed that we can live in harmony with each other without becoming enemies to each other. I
Right.
believe if we plant positivity, we should reap positive results. Okay.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Miss Mills, thank you, Auntie, for that good old breakdown.
That
Oh,
great nugget.
that good nugget. All right, come on with the next one. I ain't even gonna hit it because I'm gonna let you hit it so you can get us info. Go ahead.
Okay. They may light up when you enter the room. Oh, that feels good. Was somebody happy to see you?
Man, I'm telling you that. Yeah, no, that was good how you did that. Take that off the screen, but
That's the right one.
no, I'm talking about the comments.
Oh.
What's next on the comment side?
Oh Lord.
Try that, boy. Come on now.
Larissa said
Leo.
Leos know it before they say it, bro. It on you to move God's watching.
Well, I thought God was always watching. I don't see why we had to tell that God is watching when God is always
Well, that's
watching.
part of his testimony. Let him testify.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
What that mean? He don't never stop testifying. He testify all day, every day, don't he?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Well, I had a song the other day.
Well,
Okay, my man.
let's go to church.
Come on, man. What was that thing we was on there?
He said, bro, oh, it's one more comment. He said, bro, what you saying? Questions, who saved you when you was in the car accident? Who did it? God did it. He did it.
Let me go. Okay, so if I had died in the car accident, I blame that on God too, huh?
Yep, he did that too.
I did. So let me tell you this. God is in charge of good and bad. He can take you out of this thing.
So
He was
he
not.
got you.
That's why I don't listen. That's why I think the devil is a cop out because people just want somebody to be the bad guy. God is in charge of all. It wouldn't be a devil without God. God is in control of the devil. So
I know you should know.
So that means so when we try to blame God for just the good stuff, we forgot God in charge of the bad stuff too. So when that 18-wheeler run you over, God did that too. All right then.
He bless your family. He
See,
took you to
I ain't going there with you. I ain't going there with you. Some people ain't even got insurance and just get ran over by 18-wheeler. Come out, go fund me. Nah, so that I ain't going there with you. Come on with it next. Go ahead.
They offer genuine concern for you, and we kind of touched that earlier.
Yeah. All right, come on with it.
They reflect on your own behavior. So people often respond to you based on how you treat them. If you are kind and considerate, people are more likely to be happy to see you.
Right. And
can I get an amen?
Yeah, that goes on when a lot of people, we always wonder how people either like us or don't like us. It's according on how you are around them. If you
have to show yourself friendly,
standoffish, or if you not likable, I've noticed. I have had a few dudes in my lifetime that I didn't never mess with like that. That when I came around certain friends that they was friends with too, I seen how they might have acted towards me, like really didn't want to,
Add
talk.
you into the clique because you're gonna steal their friend.
But I think a lot of them times I might have didn't even stop. I might have seen them out there say, "Oh shit, bump bump," and kept on going or something. And I think people don't understand that part of it is sometimes I don't make myself go nowhere where I know somebody's already there that don't like me, might get an attitude just because I pulled up or something like that. So we got to be really understandable of how that go too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can get in a situation that this person don't like you. You come around and or say you come around, everybody laughing this and that, and you pull up and you walk up and come there, everybody quiet now. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like you should know that you probably ain't really accepted there like you think you are. You know what I'm saying? You pass by everybody, then you pull up, then everybody serious, yeah, man. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. Look like it's gonna rain. Yeah, I gotta get on. Gotta get on to the house, man. All right, man. Well, I see you, man. When everybody leave, when you get there, you might be the person that don't nobody want to be around. That part. Yeah.
Consider your relationship. You want me to go to that? The next thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we're consider your relationships. Your interactions can be very different with different people. Like a coworker might appreciate your hard work, while a close friend may appreciate your emotional support.
Okay, let me answer Ruben while we thinking about that. You know what I hate about this type of rhetoric right here, Ruben? And I don't even think you gonna actually even hold yourself accountable for this type of talk. Because how in the hell do you know what place we going to when we die? And that's the problem I have with society. Everybody is a God thing that telling us what God gonna put us, what we gonna do after we die. And ain't none of us died and know nobody that came back and started telling us where everybody going. You know what I'm saying? So I understand we believe in the book, we believe in this, we believe in that. But a belief is not factual. So when you go start thinking about the book and you start adding it as a factual thing in life, that's the only problem. A belief is not knowing it's real. It's a belief. Yeah, a belief is not being factual. You can look up the word belief and it means not factual. So when you say no, bro, we are going to say no. You do not know where we going. It's just like heaven might be just like America. That you might be in a gang related place over here, or you might get some angels beating up on you. But I'm just saying, like, when you don't know something, man, and you try to you try to make everybody say that you know it, it's kind of wrong, to try to toss it out there like that. And now I see how so many wars was fought because I'm sure it was somebody that was sarcastic like me that was egging stuff on. That started drama. That started a whole war because everybody had difference of opinions. And there's nothing wrong with different opinions because what they say, uh, we can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? That was that old saying, agree to disagree. So when you go in here as confident, see, look at that, truthfully, bro, I've been. Oh Lord, have mercy. We finna say this again. Ruben, come on, man. I understand, man. Truthfully, I've been shot a couple times too. Truthfully, what do they got to do with anything we say? Guys, we go from one thing, you go all the way to the other end of the hemisphere of what's name. We talking about you talking about going to heaven. You know what I'm saying? We don't, and when you talk about when we all going to the same place, we do not know. Just like, matter of fact, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna break it down even more. They will tell you in the Bible, everybody ain't going to the heaven. Bible back then said it wasn't but a certain amount of slots in heaven. It was about 100,000 slots in heaven or something back then. Now, millions and millions of folks think they going to the same place. It's just like trying to fit everybody in Jackson. It ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have different parts of heaven. There's too many people. There's too many people, and one was nice. So if heaven is a place where people walking around or doing anything, you got to have room. So you still got to have room. Ain't nobody just bumping each other all around here. Boom. Hey, what's up, dog? Is that too bad? No, I'm just saying. You got different places that you might go and different places another person might go. You know, like you might have people like you see ghosts. They say they stuck in what's name. You might be walking around here. You know, all kind of stuff. You never know. That's why everybody has been so kind of out there on what you do after you die because nobody really knows. Everybody the most person that ever said anything was probably dead for a minute and said they seen the afterlife and I seen lights and some people say I ain't seen nothing. It's all kind of people that said different things once they coded and woke up. I have a friend on Facebook right now that coded and I remember him saying it on Facebook and he said he's scared as hell of dying because he said he coded and when he woke up, he said he didn't see nothing. It was just gone. You know what I'm saying? He didn't nothing. So everybody have different experiences and all kind of stuff. So you never know what actually happens once you leave this body of ours. So I don't like speculating like that. I don't like trying to make yourself know where you going because that belief system just make you feel better about stuff. It's just like somebody trying to tell you how good jail is and they ain't never been there. But once you go there, be like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I don't want nobody telling me when to wake up, go to sleep, when to eat, when not to eat, when to shit, when to bend over, when to, walking me around in chains, telling me when I can go outside for an hour or whatever. People are making me go and pick up paper on the side of the road and all kind of stuff. See, people, you never know what you'll be doing, where you're going to be at, or when you die, where you going. You know what I'm saying? We all believe we going somewhere. But we want to believe we going somewhere good. And if not, that we feel like only thing opposite and good is bad. You know what I'm saying? So now we want to feel like we're going somewhere bad now. So it's always what's the name. But God is in control of all of it, the good and the bad. So we can play all this role we want to. God is in control of when you die, and He can control to keep you living. So you know what I'm saying. So you can shoot all this stuff and you can play with God all you want to, but I think that's the same thing, or is a certain kind of sin is trying to play God, trying to tell people what where they going in life or this and that. And I went to a funeral the other day, and the preacher had a nice thing about everybody trying to tell people where they going and what space they is and this and that, and how some people might get put on their butt so they can see God, and everybody who's thinking they going somewhere might not be going. And the people that what's name that you can feel like they parted, they did all kind of stuff in their lifetime, and they might make it through, and they have enough strength to make it through to that good place than some of the other ones. Because just like people said back in the day, even in the book they say, Jesus came to save the some of the lower class folks and stuff like that. Everybody who think they going, everybody on this high and mighty because they go to church every day, or they call themselves worshiping every day, ain't going, because God see the other part of you. He see the part of you where you lie to him every day and tell him that you're gonna do something different, and you keep doing the same thing. He probably be like, as soon as you get to the pearly gates, I gave you plenty of chances. Yeah, I kept giving you chances. You would never stop what you were doing. I told you to stop. I told you, didn't I? You know what I'm saying? But you kept on going. So I think a lot of people can play around with how they think they're going to move and this and that. And if they really truly got beliefs, you got to take your beliefs and change your ways. And change your ways into really walking the walk. I think that's why a lot of people like that other pastor. What's that pastor name, man? Golly. Everybody be talking about it a lot. But he's just so blunt with it. And he just tell you, about how you living and how you should be living and all that old type of stuff. And he just blunt with it. And he don't sugarcoat it. And he don't let people feel like they can walk on both sides of the aisle while they know better. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to get your game face on and stop pointing out his fingers and fix self first. Fix yourself, then point them fingers. But you got a lot of people pointing fingers at people all around them and know they got all kind of problems and issues that they need to be fixing within. So, Ruben, I challenge you to fix some of them problems that you don't want to fix. You know what I'm saying? Before you start pointing fingers at everybody around you and they're talking about God watching. God watching the same person that's talking about him, they keep his name in the mouth the most. Talking about, you keep saying about what God doing, but look at you. Look at this nigga here. Look at this nigga over here. If God was a comedian, I can see that. Look at this nigga here. Keep pointing fingers at everybody, and I'm watching him every day and do this, and then sit up here and tell me God watching. I'm watching your ass too. Get right and stop pointing fingers. That part. All right. Now what he say? See? 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 Want to call people out his name? I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Just remember now. Lucifer. Yeah, see, we always try to give everybody a different name. God and the devil is the same entity. It's the same entity. Because if you gonna say God the one sent Lucifer down there to handle this business, it's
But
just
that's
like
not what we're talking about. That's not the subject tonight.
okay.
Right. We could probably do that for another segment, but we're
but
talking about, how somebody just made a statement on keeping positive vibes, you reap positive things.
right.
So we were thinking on something more of letting people know about people being around you, like to see you doing better. We're talking about ways to be okay if a person act a certain type of way or do a certain type of thing, how we can handle those things. And just like with that, you don't have to revert yourself a different way because if somebody treats you different because you're doing good or you're making a change in something.
And that's
Okay?
what I was, and I think that's what I was trying to say about the whole thing about the pointing fingers. Ruben, you ain't got to point fingers at somebody because they don't agree with you. You ain't got to call people Lucifer. You ain't got to call them out their name and tell them, oh, you know the real and they fake and all that type of stuff. You can come in a positive way, Ruben, where you can come and talk to somebody and say some positive things that we can understand what you're doing, you know. All right, come with the next. Hello?
What's the next one? So you can ask direct questions, right? So if you are unsure about a relationship, is it something sometimes best to ask directly to avoid misinterpretations? Yes. Communication is the key in any type of relationship you have.
That part. Let's see, do I get plenty
Instead of making an assumption.
Come on with it. All right.
So one other way you can enables a deeper emotional connection by talking, I guess.
You just said it again?
It says enables a deeper emotional connection, I guess by communicating.
Okay, boom.
Encourages open and honest communication. I guess that's all in itself. Build a sense of partnership and teamwork in anybody you're acquainted with. You build something and you work together to make it work. Enhance physical and emotional intimacy.
Hello. He said, can't point fingers, bro. All I said is God watching. All right then, Ruben. All right, come on with it. What's up, Andrea?
Adriana.
Adriana. Lady. I'm gonna go to speech class one of these days. You're gonna be proud of me. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna be pronouncing everybody's name correctly.
Nothing wrong with it.
I'm lying. I'm gonna be messing up names from probably the day I die. Okay. He said, yes, you never go to bed mad. That's what I'm talking about. Don't go to bed.
Sun go down on your raft. Yeah, ain't let the sun go down.
He said, Leo, but what about, so you
Leo
said,
don't have subliminal relationships. It must be real.
well, I understand because Ruben, we try to talk about everybody, and when you say Leos, I don't know. I guess because when you say Leos, that means is you in a relationship with another Leo? Because I mean, if you ain't in a relationship with another Leo, that means one-sided relationship ain't gonna go. It's a two-side thing. Okay, come on with it.
My Bella work together, not separate. Okay. She said I got it, didn't it?
Okay. All right. Come on with it.
Promotes personal growth and mutual understanding. That's in any relationship that you have.
Come on with it.
They go out their way to make you smile. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. They openly share their thoughts and feelings. Do people do that anymore? Like real.
Oh, what's my first? Hold on. She said, yes, she a Leo. Hold on. He said, yes, I'm a Leo.
that.
He said, me and you and Bella, my brother, are understanding. And Adriana is a
Yeah,
Leo too.
it's a real
How
thing tonight.
these Leos get that just be on the what's name? Okay, I get it. I
Oh,
get
we
it.
having a takeover in this thing. Adriana, what date? What's your date?
Come on with it.
When someone dislikes you, they may avoid eye contact, be short with their words, or elude you from conversations and activities. Now,
Mm.
hello, they don't like you. They may also act differently towards you than they do with others, be unresponsive to your messages, or show lack of emotional engagement. Yeah, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you lose all those energies. Don't have time for it. Okay, don't worry about it. I don't have to include you in my day.
Come on with it.
Short or curt responses, they might give one word answers or seem uninterested in continuing a conversation. That sounds like angry. And she said, yes, we are out tonight.
I'm telling you. Sound like we out every night. Okay, my bad. Come on. Do
I,
Leo for this mother? Okay, my bad. All
uh, uh,
right. Go ahead.
lack of conversation initiates. They only talk to you when they need something and never initiate contact otherwise. Isn't that something? Oh, wow. Have those people. The rumor said eye contact is a must to a Leo.
I agree with that. I don't, so that means if a Leo don't like eye contact, that means they not a true Leo or something. Are you saying okay? Or they might be hiding something or something.
They may not be interested in talking to the person.
That was a good one. Come on with it.
Being reserved, they may remain emotionally neutral or distant in your presence.
Yep.
Hmm.
Just like I was saying, you show up, everybody get ready to leave. Oh, I'm tired. Everybody sleeping now. You know what? Oh man, my wife told me I better be at home. It's 9 o'clock already. Man, I gotta go to work in the morning. Come on with it.
Excludes you. They won't include you in group conversations or activities.
Mm.
Being warmer to others, they are generally more friendly and talkative with other people than with you. Dang, they don't want to talk to
I
you.
said, no, bro, we have 3 eyes. We read eyes.
Oh, Lord.
See, anybody that's watching this thing is saying something wrong with them Leos, man. Some Leos out there. Come on with it.
We're special. Ignoring you, they may pretend they don't hear you when you speak.
Come on with it.
Making excuses. They may offer flimsy reasons when you ask to hang out.
Be like, hey, you know what? Oh man,
I gotta go
Lord,
walk my dog again. He's sick.
uh-uh. The only reason I ain't going out because look, my dog. Yeah, I usually let him out at 12 to use the bathroom. Come on with it. I'm not with you.
Withdrawing body language, they may physically pull away from you. Hmm.
Mm, that part.
Lack of smiling, they may not smile at you or only give a forced smile.
Yeah, they call a fake smile. Then, and we know there's some people that give us fake smile around here. Come on with it.
That's why you just don't smile in it. Lack of curiosity, they may seem interested in what you have to say or ask you questions. They may not seem interested in what you have to say or ask you questions. So the curiosity is leaving.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. I'm agree with you, Duke. I believe we the top of the horoscope because we are the sun, and the sun make everything grow.
They say period.
They say fire sign. Okay, my bad. Let me come on with it. I got to stop this.
Staring or sizing you up. In some cases, they may look you up and down, which can feel condescending. Condescending. Yeah, you know. Don't you be reading people?
I don't know if I look them up and down like that. Now that we gonna fight. Look a joke up and down. See,
Well, that's mostly probably on a female
sometimes
perspective.
you have to do a slick look up and down. You look at the joker's shoes and everything. He looking at him. Yeah.
I'm saying that may be on a female's perspective.
Cause when a woman look up each other up and down, they be ready to fight. That it don't go well. What he said? To a Leo, a frown is a smile.
Turned upside down. We pull the positive
that means we can see through the BS, huh? Okay, I can believe that one. Okay, did we read that one at the bottom?
One more, but we've said it before, but we'll go ahead and finish it. We did that one.
Okay. We did that one?
Yes.
Okay, come on with it.
So making future plans, right? And initiating contact. Conversely, signs of discomfort or disinterest can include avoiding eye contact. A lot of times, the doctors tell you sometimes they can read your body or your health through your eyes. So maybe that's why. That's the initiating contact, no eye contact. I don't know. I don't
know. Yeah, I mean, just like you said, avoid the eye contact. Like you said, you don't even want to hear nothing the person got to say. Sometimes you said it right here. You said when we was talking about the eye contact, you were like, because you don't want to hear nothing they got to say or whatever. So,
right.
So it might be when somebody looking down, looking away, this and that, and I think that can get disturbing. I think a lot of people just, if you know people long enough, I think you're able to deal with. I think the other part of a lot of things is just learning how to deal with other people's angle or how other people is, moving a certain kind of way. Because if everybody, when they dislike what somebody do, if everybody just took off or just said, I ain't studying that, would nobody ever stay together? Because that's probably why it's so hard for a lot of people to stay together, because half the time they feel like it's being forced, because a lot of people stay together because bills, house in both of their name, car in both of their name. A lot of people, if they ain't have stuff together, they'd have been left each other. You know what I'm saying? like the worst problem with some people sometimes is if you got enough or say, just comparing a man and a woman, if a woman feel like she got her stuff together, she got her stuff, going on this and that, it's kind of hard for her to maybe listen to the man. And she might feel like she might be in the relationship just cause she ain't found anything better yet. But that's that whole thing, the grass. Women might be the opposite of what the sayings say. The sayings say it's not always good. Grass ain't always green on the other side. But I think a lot of women say, sometimes they'd rather move on than to feel like they being disrespected or anything, or feeling sad, or feeling like they by themselves in a relationship, or they the only person working on a relationship and stuff like that. So I think sometimes, like R. Kelly said a long time ago, when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing.
So
And it takes a build up until she
I say
most of the time.
I say like anything, you either 10 toes in or you're 10 toes out. And I think I remember 50 Cent had a line, and I remember him saying it. He said, if a person is on the fence on where they want to be at, I just push them on across the fence. They can go and be on the other people's side. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want a person half-ass on my side. I want a motherfucker all the way down or all the way out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's kind of like a lot of people built different like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you know that's how a lot of people keep friends for a long time, because like, people can be friends and not see each other every day. And I think the people that can't do that be the ones had the most problem. Be like, oh, I ain't gonna say that word. That motherfucker ain't called me in 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Or something. People sometimes feel a certain kind of way if they don't feel like they get enough attention, or the constant attention over and over what they need. You can be done. One thing I learned from a lot of men is you can take a woman on a cruise, a plane ride around the world and back, and she'll feel like that was last week. She ain't gonna remember none of that. She just remember this week you ain't did nothing with her. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, listen to me, and you really have to just focus on your mission. I think about, the Martin Luther Kings. I think about the Malcolm X's. I think about a lot of great men. Even if you go on Obama and you go on what's name, I was listening to Obama White podcast, and she said in some of them years in between she said it was like 10 years she didn't even like Obama. So I feel like, when you go to Clinton, you go all the way down to everybody, great man or whatever, Hulk Hogan, everybody, that a lot of women, if they felt like they couldn't get behind them or whatever to help them, I just feel like a lot of them, when a woman wanted to be out front, they went off by themselves and they tried to make it. But if you look down if you think about all the women that's out there by themselves, without a man. I just want you to name off the top of the head how many you think that's happy. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like even Oprah got old boy she done had for 80 years to the side. When you look at any woman that's out there sing alone, call herself making it, or she call herself with the career and all that stuff she feel, I don't see the happiness in none of it once they get old. The Vivian Foxes, the other lady that talking all the time, the other sister that was with your guy that was with the other dude. When these sisters get by themselves and think they don't need a man, or they trying to do some kind of thing like they so better than a man, this and that, they eventually find themselves going back, scooping up some kind of man, whether they know it or not, even if it's just a bust on the side, this and that, because all this stuff sounds good, moving and stuff like that without a partner in life. But at the end of the day, most women want somebody that they can depend on. Somebody gonna show up. Somebody gonna, if they got a flat tire or they got anything going on in their life, they can call and be on their side. And it's the same thing with me. Most men want somebody that they can call. It don't matter what time of night it is, whatever. And if you need a person, that they on their way, or what's the name. Because the worst thing somebody could tell me, if I call them and say I need them, and they be like, if they ain't talking about warm it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Trying to come help, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I got the strength in me, I'm gonna try to come help the same person the same way. So I just think we get into these things, and you know, the strong woman thing get played out, the boss B type stuff get played out. And I think we got to get back to women being feminine and um letting a man in their life take the lead, because we have to get back to structure. We already know that men think logically and women think emotionally, and we have to get back into the order of things. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Man follow God, woman follow man, child follow woman, and they're just basic how stuff supposed to go. And that's my 2 cents. And I know I'm gonna get some backlash because you got some strong women out here. I don't need no man to do that for me. But I don't believe that. How I seen all these women crash out on baby government when the food stamps were getting cut off for a minute in public housing was what's name. I seen women crashing out. I'm gonna be stealing, I'm gonna be doing this. Oh, I better get my food stamps and this and that. And that's when you really realize that women ain't so independent that they make it seem to be, when you saw them on there crying and talk about their food stamps and their house and oh, I got to work 80 hours a week to keep my Medicaid and all this old type of stuff. So I think people don't even understand. That's 20 hours a week. That's 5 hours a day for 5 days, and people crying. Yep. But uh, that's all I got to say. What you got anything else to say?
No, you did it all for us.
Well, let me see. What did Ruben say? Oh yeah, I say one more thing. Hold on. Did he say this too?
We the head. We hate liars and fake mother scooters, and they know who we need. Who
Groundhog.
we are crown holders. I hate a fake Leo, not saying you my brother. Real Leos will always align or always rock in with each other. Our loyalty is undisputed.
Hmm.
Hello. Michelle Obama, is she a Nubian queen, bro? Barack wife, our sister, is Michelle a woman?
Huh?
You asking? Well, you know, I can say this on that. I believe that when you were saying how Michelle said she didn't like her husband, you
Uh,
can you cannot like somebody and love them, because love and like, they seem like they entwine, but they're so different. You loving a person, you have more of like a bond, like you connected some type of way. Maybe their marriage was on business, whatever it was. But you know, when you're liking someone, it's like you're enjoying their personality, the way they act. So I don't like that. So no, I don't like you. I don't like that you don't like to dance. And I like to dance. So I can understand her having a dislike until she had to grow into it. Then she later started liking him. But people don't get married all the time on liking a person or loving a person. You know, there are so many bonded relationships now for business or, you know, personal reasons, you know. So I wouldn't say by her not saying she didn't like him was a bad thing. She
and
stayed. She stayed.
Ruben, the only reason I ain't gonna click on this next one because I don't like the whole Caucasian type thing when you say these type of long words trying to was um um I just feel like God is watching you, Ruben, when you say these type of things and you don't look at everybody under the umbrella of God when you start singling out different levels of people, not looking at God made all of them. So if you truly love God, you truly love all people, and you wouldn't keep on singling people out to make them seem lesser or not the same or whatever under God's law, my brother. And with that being said, I'm out of here.
Trip out, big splash, baby, you can see it. Hey,
Oh,
strong. Along the
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, huh?
all the time when I be listening to Ruben, I be wanting to say,
Listen, Linda. Listen. Okay, what? Linda. Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Got him! Got him! Bye, Felicia.
Y'all fancy.
Y'all with a clip coat and a fall back. Girlfriend need a quicker beat. I was fresh meat, no clip fire. Give me with every bring on it in the lunch line. Head coach and I'm on the court. Referee and I'm shooting three. Put sweat in it 2 degrees. So my water, I can barely breathe. Kelly Slater with the board flip. Push it up when the chords hit. Violins in a bell tip. Open up, let me splash it. All the federal border emergency. I ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Go long till I'm 6 feet.
and Ruben, and I wasn't saying nothing. I didn't say no certain black or white deficit when I said government citizens. I said women. I didn't say black women. I said women. So I don't know how you came up with this color thing because I seen both of them on the on TikTok and everything. I seen both. I seen white women, black women, all kind of different color women out there talking about Mexican women and all talking about the government shutdown and all that. So I didn't label it towards nobody. So I think you need to really kind of try to listen to what I'm saying, Ruben, and stop trying to just add your own narrative in it because I didn't say black women. I said women. I said women. I see how women need men. I didn't say color. And I challenge you, Ruben, to open your eyes and lose the color for a minute and just get on the show and just have fun without trying to bash another color because if you got it's just like going to jail. If it's more people in jail a certain color, they gonna run in jail. If it's if you go to another city, it's just like if you go to Madison jail, you're gonna see a different color over there. You go to Rankin jail, you're gonna see a different demographic of how it's made up. It's according on what town you in. In Mayberry, when you watch Andy Griffin, you ain't never seen a black person in a jail cell. You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't no black people in the town. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying we got to relate to what we see and all that. But like I said, the world have made it where we reach out and touch everybody on TikTok, all these different platforms where everybody got something to say. So I say it as a whole, as women, as men. I don't just go and say black men or black women. I say men and I say women these days sometimes. Sometimes when I'm saying black, I'm speaking to personal experiences. But other than that, I'm out of here. And we out.
Good night.
Good night, y'all. And peace. Have a good one, Ruben.